So there's one time I was out there putting up bandit signs, and I pulled off this highway exit, and I was in Minnesota, a small town called Woodbury. It's east of St. Paul, right outside of St. Paul, and I was taking out the bandit sign, and as soon as I was like starting to put it into the ground, I saw this car pull up right behind me, and before I knew it, they turned on their lights and everything, and I saw the flashing blue and red. And then the cop turned on his spotlight and pointed it right at me. What's going on, everyone? Devin up here with another video, and today I'm going to be talking with you guys about a story that I have to tell you about when I first got into wholesaling, and I ended up putting up bandit signs. And yeah, let's just say it didn't turn out for the as I expected it to. But yeah, anyways, before I jump into it, if you guys haven't already, join the family, join the gang by hitting the subscribe button down below and turn on the notification bell when you hit that button, as I do upload every day, and I want to make sure that you guys get the value that I put out there, and I spend a lot of time, money, and energy into making for you guys, as I'm getting more and more new equipment and spending a lot of time and hours into making these videos. And on top of that, if you would smash the like button, that'd be highly appreciated. And so, like always, let's jump into this video. So when I got started into wholesaling, I actually went out and bought 50 bandit signs, and I actually didn't get a single deal from it. But that's not what the story's about. So I went out there the first weekend that I got them, and I went out and started putting them up. And honestly, they take forever to put up if you ever put up bandit signs, and this is partially why I don't like putting them up, just because I don't want to spend a lot of time putting these things up. And I mean, they do cost about like $2 a sign, but at the end of the day, I don't want to hire someone to do it. I don't want to do it myself. I don't want to figure it out. I'd rather use something that I know is working rather than trying to figure out something new and try to reinvent the wheel. So what I did was I bought these 50 signs, and I was pretty foolish. So I just went around and just found some random street corners and put them up, honestly. And it was about like, once I put up like 20 of them, this is where the incident happened. So I was out driving pretty late. I think I was doing a sales job at the time. I was selling vacuum cleaners, and I got done pretty late. I want to say it was like 10 o'clock at night, and I was driving. Every exit that I drive by, I'd just pull up to the exit, and then I'd put up a sign on the corner and then leave. And then I did that for a few exits, and then I finally got off on the exit that I was for my house and everything, because I was living with my parents at the time. And so I got off the exit and I pulled off to the side. I had like all my bandit signs in the back of my car, so I grabbed one. I put the wire in it and everything, and then I got it all set up and ready to go. So then I stepped outside, and as I was starting to walk over to the spot that I wanted to put up the sign, I saw this car pull up behind me, and then I knew it was a cop before they even turned on the lights. And then he turned on his lights on top and everything, and of course he puts a spotlight on me. And so I walk up to his car and everything, and I walk over to him, and he just rolls down the window, and he asked if I needed any help. But that's my cop story when it comes to these bandit signs. So it was kind of funny, actually. This cop just pulled up and asked if I needed help with anything. And yeah, it kind of goes to show the Minnesota nice, or whatever you want to call it. But at the end of the day, I still don't even know if they were legal or not in the state of Minnesota. I don't think they were, because I met up with other wholesalers and they were having a problem with putting up these bandit signs. But at the end of the day, this cop came up to me and asked if I needed help putting up a bandit sign when everybody was afraid that of doing it during the day and getting caught doing it. And I was telling the guy that I was working at the time, I called him a business partner, but I told him he was always afraid of doing it during the day. He would always do it at night whenever he put up bandit signs. And I told him about my incident, and he was like, "Man, I've been such a pussy. I don't know why I didn't put these up just during the day and whatnot. I mean, you got a cop trying to help you out, put up these signs." And then majority of the time, you just hear people complaining that you're going to get in trouble putting them up and so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, you just got to really just check and see what laws are inside of your county, inside of your state and whatnot, and figure out what you can and cannot do. As bandit signs, they're pretty frowned upon in most places, but you kind of have to just figure it out for yourself, kind of learn the hard way, and then that's where you kind of figure it out, which isn't that big of a deal because they are pretty cheap. But what I learned from this experience, though, with the bandit signs is, if you are going to do bandit signs, I recommend that you get at least 100. That's just what I've learned. I kind of learned this after I ordered 50. Is you want to, about every 100 that you put out, you do a deal. Obviously, it depends on the market, and Minnesota is a very competitive market. It's up there with Phoenix and LA and New York, honestly, even though it doesn't seem like it would be. But there's so many investors out there, it's ridiculous. And so good luck if you're going to try to wholesale out there. And it was very competitive, and 50 was not enough. And majority of the signs that I ended up putting up, they would be gone after a day or two. And there was this one actually that I put on the corner where the cop tried to help me out. And that one was actually up there for, I want to say, like 2 weeks, which was pretty crazy. And then it disappeared, and I still had one more sign left, I think. So I put up another one in the exact same spot. Lasted like another week or two. And then that was the end of that one little street corner. I did get a few phone calls off of the signs, but they were all people asking if I had any deals, or they're just asking if I could teach them how to wholesale. And at the time, I had no idea what the hell I was doing. So I wanted to teach people, but I didn't know what I was doing. And I never did I ever expect that I would ever make YouTube videos. I always frowned upon it, and I was like, no, hell no, I'm not doing it. And then my parents actually ended up getting me this mic right here, and for Christmas. And then I don't know, I just played it out in my head, and I went for it and did it, and it was probably one of the best decisions that I ever made. But at the end of the day, this is kind of just the beginning story of my wholesaling career. So at the end of the day, moral of the story is go out there and just put up signs and take action, massive imperfect action, and go out there and fail at the end of the day. And there's nothing really that you can lose. You can just have someone call you and complain, or you may lose a little bit of money, but this business model is worth losing the money, as there's so much more money that you can make. As it's ridiculous. You do have to have a little bit of patience. You have to take action at the right times, but you learn that as you just keep failing. So go out there, keep failing like I did. I failed a boatload, and I keep failing every day anyways. But it's little bits of success here and there that just bounces everything out and puts you on this plateau way ahead of everybody else, because nobody else really wants to take action. So go out there, take action, and go fail, and have cops shine lights on you and ask if they want to help you out. Putting up the signs and everything. But anyways, if you guys want to see more content like this, as far as wholesaling goes or entrepreneurship, join the fam, join the gang. Hit the subscribe button down below. It's red, and there's a little bell pops up next to it. Make sure you click both of those. Unless the little rings on the outside of the bell are already there, don't click it again, because then that turns off the notifications, and we don't want you to do that, because I send out a lot of value, and I hope you all appreciate it. And so down below, I want to hear you guys' craziest story as far as wholesaling goes. If you guys have any Bandit sign stories like this, or anything like that. And actually, the video I posted yesterday was pretty crazy. Bandit sign story. But anyways, I am uploading every day. So I will see you all tomorrow. Peace.